he's going to have big assignment tonight.
Coach, it's the time of the year we talk about playoffs, and I know you have to do the math on the playoffs. Where are we at on that?
Well, we're in. That's the positive. No matter what, I mean, because we've got points on everybody. But we want to finish this thing strong. If we win, we're going to be the 5th seed. If we lose, we could be 5th or 6th. So we control what we do. It's kind of what we talked about the last couple of weeks, and we want to finish strong. And and I always take this Northside game as it's kind of it's a playoff game. I mean, because the atmosphere and the pressure and all that part of it that goes involved in it, and it really, if you can get this win right here, gives you a lot of momentum going in the playoffs. And our kids are excited about this opportunity, excited about the privilege of playing this game, and I think we'll play well.
Tell us about Northside.
Northside, you got to look at Deuce Wise. Derek Wise is a guy that it's our quarterback. He's a great runner, very elusive guy. Was one of the top players in the state, and they've always got a lot of speed. Defensively, they lost a lot of guys from last year, but one thing, you watch them on film, they don't give up a lot of explosive plays. Probably they've given up the least amount of explosive plays that we've seen, and you look at us, they've done more explosive plays than anybody else in the state, so I think the running game's going to be really big going into this game. I think we've got to take what the defense gives us. We got to be patient a little bit, and then defensively, we've got to really try to contain Deuce in the running game, and not give up a big play in the passing game. So keep everything in front of us. Don't give something up. A explosive play. Let's just get Deuce wrapped up. And then offense, we're going to show a little patience more than we've had a little bit. But when we get our chance, we've got to take advantage of it.
Coach, good luck tonight.
Thank you.
Well, at the stadium after this, you're some Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westark Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westark Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net. It's time to cheer because kickoff is near. Fort Smith Southside Maverick football is on the air. And now, here's your announcers for tonight's game. The voices of the Fort Smith Southside Mavericks, Bull Loftus and Keith Evans.
Boys, and good evening. You're listening to Southside Maverick football, where tonight's the Battle of Rogers Avenue as the Northside Grizzlies come to Jim Rowland Stadium. I'm Keith Evans. I'll be calling the action tonight along my broadcast partner, Bo Loftus. Bo, this is a rivalry game, but a very important game for both teams. Northside needs a win tonight just to make the playoffs, while Southside has a chance maybe to tie Cabot for fourth place.
Yeah, it's very exciting. We need to win. Yeah, maybe to move up. It's all about seeding for us. We're guaranteed to be in, but Northside, they've still got some work to do. Not only do they have to beat us, but they got to get some help from Catholic too. So both teams are going to be fighting really hard. And as you mentioned, it's a rivalry game, so it's very exciting, and everybody's fired up and happy to be here.
Southside has really played well the last 3 weeks.
They have. They've really come alive, and I think we've said it a number of times over the air. This team seems like they're just peaking at the right moment. The defense is getting better and better every week. Offense, of course, is explosive, and they just do what they do, and that's score long touchdowns, big plays. So, it's very exciting as you're gearing up for playoffs to see your team doing this well.
More people are stepping up. You've got the big stars, Tyrese Solomon, Tay Gatewood, Jordan Jackson. But some of the lesser-known players are really stepping up big. Leighton Johnson, big game last week from blocking from fullback. Dylan Wyatt, a big game at safety and receiver, along with Mason Love. And I really think last week that Dylan Wyatt probably set the tone for Southside with a big hit on defense.
Yeah, he really did. I mean, here's a guy who's playing both ways. He's been playing receiver all year, was filling in for Mason Gregory last week at safety, and just, had a huge play on defense. And, Mason Love and Dylan Wyatt, both of these guys, these are basically your third and four options at receiver. But really, I mean, to me, Keith, these are two guys that are kind of like the glue that holds that offense together. They're the workhorses. We've seen them. I mean, Mason Love, 16 catches on the year, and all of those, I think, a good portion of those were third down plays. He just seems to be the guy that they go to, that they trust to make a third down. Dylan Wyatt, 14 catches, a couple hundred yards on the year, and as you mentioned, playing both ways. So here's a guy, he's a utility player. He can do a lot of different things for you, and he's a good character guy as well.
You look at this Southside offense, they make adjustments to what the defense gives them. We go back 2 weeks ago, we're hitting the long plays against Little Rock Catholic. Last week, they took away the long pass. We were able to run the football. And Tate Gaywood is doing a very good job of figuring out what we're getting in the ball game, and he is running the ball well as well as hitting the short passes.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, when you have so many weapons, Keith, just all over the field, it's easy for these coaches to make adjustments and just take a look at what this defense is giving them. I mean, we talked, I think, throughout every game, it seems like who's going to be the big play guy this week, who's going to step up for us, and it could be anybody. It could be Tyrese, could be Jordan Jackson. We saw last week it was Ricardo Savoy having a huge game, scoring a couple of touchdowns and running for, I think, over 140 yards. So, you just never know. We'll see who it's going to be tonight.
This team is having a strong finish. It's making this a very good year for the Mavericks, but it's really been about having fun. Talking to Coach, it was they kind of changed their philosophy a bit from what they did last year. It's more about getting to know the kid and working with the kids and making it fun for the kids. I was laughing this morning as I did the interview with Coach. They've got a waffle maker in there. One of the kids brought it up there and they're actually cooking waffles, and they're doing things that they make it fun. And I think that's made a difference with this team. You see this team come out here and they don't seem to get down about anything, but I really thought it started last year, Bo. I watched Southside as Northside. You thought they won the World Series last year, which rightfully so we're celebrating on the field after the ball game, which, breaking a 12-game losing streak, you definitely want to do that. But I watched the Southside kids walk off with the coaches, and I think that's where it really started for them, that they knew they had to make some changes, and I think they're bearing fruit with that this year.
Yeah, anytime you have a young team like this, I mean, they're impressionable. You've got to get them to buy into that system. And as you talked about, they do seem like they have a lot of fun in the locker room, and I think that's the key. You get those kids out there having fun, and they want to play hard for you. They want to come out and make you proud and do their best, and I think that's what they're doing. And you can just see it. They're buying into the system. As the good teams, they get better and better as the season goes on, and that seems like, that to me is a testament to how good your kids are and how they've really bought into what you're doing as coaches. And as you mentioned, they're a young team. This is a sophomore-laden, junior-laden team, so it's going to keep going for a couple of years.
And they do the little things well. We were talking about that. And I go back to Bennett Windell. Makes a touchdown-saving tackle in the second half last week against Central, and then turns around and gets the big interception to stop the drive. But, it's little plays like that they weren't making last year and they weren't making earlier this year that they are making, especially on defense.
Well, yeah, especially on defense. The thing I've noticed as the year has worn on is we're not giving up the chunk yardage. We're making big plays. Yeah, you look at what they did last week, 4 turnovers in the second half. 3 of those, I think, run back 2 scoops and scores and an interception return for a touchdown. So, the defense is playing great, But what they're really not doing is they're able to get off the field because they're not giving up chunk plays. They're not giving up these long runs on first down, these 10, 12-yard plays. They're not giving up these passes that should be short, no gains. Because of a missed tackle, they go for 30, 40 yards. We're not seeing that. We're seeing them improve week to week as far as the tackling is concerned, as far as being in the right position, and it's making a huge, huge difference on defense.
Getting close to kickoff, a crowd starting to fill in. Here's great football atmosphere here. Be back with more. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget. Like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
The office of Dr. Henry J. Udodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. Udodge III at Udodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. Udodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and a 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
I think you love that car more than you love me.
How can you say that?
You hand wash it, you hand wax it, you listen to the same music.
Pure coincidence.
I just hope your insurance company feels the same way about it as you do.
I'm one happy camper.
Shelter Insurance has great agents who are nuts about cars. We're competitively priced, and our claims people are fast, fair, and friendly. Ask your agent about Shelter's auto insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Crane Hyundai in Fort Smith. Ask about the Crane 100 available now at Crane Hyundai, 3600 South Zero, Fort Smith. Bo is looking at tonight's opponent, the Northside Grizzlies. Offensively, I think it pretty much goes around one little man there, and that is Derek Deuce Wise.
Yeah, Deuce Wise, of course, is the man. He is the straw that stirs the drink for Northside, and here's a guy who is really a dual threat in every sense of the word. You look what he's done throughout 9 games so far this year. He's thrown for 789 yards, 9 touchdowns, and rushed for 680 and 8 touchdowns. So, I mean, that's about as balanced as you can be. Mavericks are definitely going to be keying on that guy. And, you know, it seems like we talk about it every week. You just really got to stay disciplined. You know, Northside's going to run a lot of the same things we do. They'll operate out of the pistol a lot. They'll do the run-pass option. They'll do the zone read play. So your defensive ends especially have to play very disciplined. Don't bite on the fake, and don't let Deuce get outside, because if you do, he can go.
Bo, as we talk about Wise, I know we talk about Tay Gatewood this way too, but they're not really so much a passing team. So, but the thing you got to be concerned about if they do start passing the football is the fact that he may tuck the ball in break containment, and it's a foot race.
Yeah, I mean, and that's, you talk about Gatewood the same way. He drops back to pass, and he's looking, nothing there, and all of a sudden, he's running down the sideline. So that's what you got to worry about with Deuce. If he drops back looking to pass, you got to stay disciplined. You don't want to be rushing upfield. You got to keep contained, work outside in, make sure if he's going to run, he's going to have to tuck it and go up and not get outside, because that's when he can be very dangerous.
And Northside's been a team too, Bo. They are 2-7 coming into the ball game tonight. One conference victory over Little Rock Central, but it's a team that's been in several games this year. It's been a misplay here or there. Last week against Cabot, they were 14-14, picked up a fumble, ran in. It was called back on a penalty. They just can't seem to get the breaks, and when the breaks go against them, they seem to really struggle.
Yeah, they have. I mean, they've played well early in the year, and coming off, obviously, such a great year last year. High hopes for the Grizzlies. They just, it kind of reminds me of the way Conway was last year. Just a couple of plays here and there just didn't go their way, and it's made it really tough on them. And, their defense, as you talked about with Coach, they're disciplined. They don't give up a lot of big plays. So you got to be patient against a defense like that. Looking at some of their tackle numbers from last week, you're talking about had 4 guys with over 10 tackles. So that tells me they were on the field for a long time. So you just got to be patient, grind it out against these guys. We may see a lot more Savoy running the ball, and we'll see what happens.
I think we'll see some different looks tonight from the Mavs. We talked about that on the coaches' show. We saw Leighton Johnson split in the slot, come back in to be the blocking fullback, and then also we saw him come back in with Brendan Ulrich along with Ricardo Savoy. And to me, they really used Ulrich they just kind of brought him out for a swing pass. He drew the defense. Savoy sneaks out the backside. 2 big gains.
Yeah, that was such a unique play and such a really well-designed play and a successful play. I mean, it's always well-designed when it works, but, yeah, they sent Ulrich one way and then had the defense all moving to the left, and you turn around and see Savoy on the other side of the field catching the ball, and you just you love it when you draw something like that up and it works. And, yeah, as you mentioned, Leighton Johnson, I mean, I really think they found something with that kid. He was doing such a good job blocking last week, and, it's a creative thing. You can either pull him from the slot and pull him in, start him inside, put him out in the slot. Haven't seen him catch one yet out of the backfield, but maybe that's a new wrinkle we'll see tonight.
Well, it's interesting. They've really kind of changed things up for the Mavs offensively, and I think it's been a good thing they've done that. And like you say, Bo, I think it's going to be a game to where the big plays may not be there tonight, so I think you'll see a very patient Tay Gatewood, and a very patient Tay Gatewood gets the job done.
Absolutely. I mean, he's a guy who can pick up first downs. He ran for a couple last week, a couple of touchdowns. He's a guy, when you get down to the goal line, you just trust him. You trust him with the ball in his hands. He makes great decisions. He's got great field vision. He knows when to throw the ball, and he knows when to tuck it and run. And, you talk about all the tackles that Northside made, and it's hard to score big plays against them. But, with Tyree Solomon, Jordan Jackson, you just throw it out there, and you never know what can happen. I mean, they can make a guy miss, and then it's off to the races, and then the big plays happen. So you never know what's going to happen, and as we said earlier, you never know who's going to step up for the Mavs tonight.
We'll be back with a kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Get excited about the most important meal of the day at the Egg and I restaurant. The Egg and I serves up delicious, fresh, cooked-to-order breakfast, brunch, and lunch entrees, all in a friendly, clean atmosphere. You'll love their healthy choices and fresh juices so much you'll want to sign up for the Egg Club loyalty card to earn free meals and coupons, or plan your next meeting in their meeting room. So now that you're egg-cited, make plans to visit the Egg and I restaurant at 3801 Planters Road. Call 242-3447. Open 7 days a week from 7 a.m. to 2:30 p.m.
Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky is known around the country for their fresh and delicious homemade beef jerky. For over 25 years, Hal's Homemade Beef Jerky has been offering a variety of spices and flavors to dress your beef jerky to fit your taste buds, and is the perfect choice for homemade food lovers. Stop by their store in Shady Point, Oklahoma, and get a free $5 bag when you spend $20, or order online at halshomemadejurky.com. Call 918-635-5555 $57.59. Now accepting EBT.
Hey Maverick fans, this is Ethan Gamble, your local State Farm agent. Every team knows that the two-point play can be a winning move. That's why at my State Farm agency, my team and I are here to help you go for two by combining your home and auto insurance. It's a great call that saves you time and money. So go for the win and score savings by combining your home and auto. It's just another way we're here to help life go right. Call me at 479-783-2588 today.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
If you recognize that sound, you'll love what you hear next. There's a new bow pro shop available in Van Buren, Pinpoint Archery. Pinpoint Archery is where you can get your shot together. Get professional help ranging from sight string installation to refletching your favorite arrows. Find arrows, bows, and accessories, targets, free advice, indoor shooting range, and more. Visit pinpointarchery.com for additional information or stop by 604 South 4th Street in Van Buren. But hurry, because archery season starts soon.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3 KZKZ Greenwood, Fort Smith.
Tonight's Maverick sponsor of the game is Forsgren Incorporated, General Contractors, a local family-owned business starting in 1936 doing all types of utility work, plus asphalt, concrete paving, and dirt work. Forsgren is a proud sponsor of the Fort Smith school system and Maverick football.
Just about ready for kickoff as the Mavericks come on the field. Northside already on the field. Northside won the toss, and Bo, interesting, they want to take the football to start the game.
Yeah, it is interesting. I think they think that they're going to be able to run the ball on us. They know that we've struggled a little on defense, and they think it's going to be a high-scoring game. We were talking to a couple of the coaches down on the field before the game, and they really think that it's going to be a high-scoring affair. Sounds to me like they're not giving our defense enough credit, Keith.
Talking early there, Bo.
Game hadn't even started. Here we go.
Going to be fun. I'll tell you what, every time Northside and Southside get together, it's a good time for everybody. And, you know, both teams, it doesn't matter what the records are. And, you know, both teams have struggled this year, but it doesn't matter. It's city bragging rights, and both teams will really get after it. And, you know, that's what we came here for. We're kind of laughing, too. Buzz Sawyer, that does Northside, used to help us on the Southside end, and we kind of had to direct him to the right press box. He didn't know where to go in here.
That's right. He was coming down and getting my seat, and I had to scoot him out of here.
And again, Southside will be kicking off to Northside. Northside wearing the all white uniforms with the red helmets. Southside all Carolina blue uniforms tonight with the silver helmets. As Carl Robles will kick the ball off for Southside, back deep for the Grizzlies will be Jordan Dilworth. He'll stand in his 5-yard line. And, Bo, you can just feel some games. I mean, there's some games that you just really look forward to every year, and this is definitely one of them tonight. That it does, like I said, the records don't matter, and it's a game. People have asked me all week long, Southside going to win? I said, well, I think they can, but who knows in a rivalry game?
Who knows? You never know. Every team is every season's different. Every year's different. Sometimes your team plays flat during a rivalry game, and sometimes they play way over their head, so we'll see.
Robles approaches the football. Here's a kick. It's a low-line drive kick going to be fielded at the 15-yard line. He's at the 20-yard line, at the 25, at the 30-yard line. Cuts it back inside across the 30 to the 40-yard line. That is Tyreek Adams on the return, a big return for the Northside Grizzlies to start the ball game.
There was a fumble at the end of the play. I think they're going to say he was down when the ball came out. And you just like that right there, opening kickoff, just a really good kickoff for the Grizzlies. Run it back out to the 40. And that's one of those things we've talked about kind of all year. It wasn't a pooch kick. It was more of a squib kick. It had no air under it, trying to catch the Grizzlies off guard, and they had a good return.
And they'll go with basic formation, almost like Southside. They'll go with strong right this time with Bolton in the backfield. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to the end-around man. He gets across the 45-yard line, across the 50 to the Southside 48-yard line. That is Jordan Dilworth coming from the slot position, takes the handoff, will gain 12 on the play, be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Dilworth, the senior, not a big guy, only 5'8", 150, but he's 'got some wheels on him.
Deuce Wise looks to the sideline to get the signals. Eli Bolton, and Bo, we talked about this, the running backs aren't very big. Bolton listed 5'4", 145. He'll be spelled by Jackson King, 5'8", 175.
Yeah, Bolton's one of those guys, he just kind of bends down, gets behind those linemen. You can't see him.
Here's a handoff to Bolton off the right side. We'll get inside the Southside 45 down to the 44-yard line where Heber and Ulrich, along with Bennett Wandell, make the play for the Southside defense.
And linebackers are really going to have to play well tonight, Keith. I mean, those are the guys who are going to be keying on Deuce Wise. A couple of plays so far, and Deuce hadn't ran it yet, so still don't sleep on him.
Well, they feed off of that, Bo. That's what they'll do. They'll fake it to Bolton. They work Bolton off one side. They'll fake one, and he'll go the other way. As Wise comes up the line of scrimmage, will work pistol formation, one back in the backfield. Southside looks like they want to blitz maybe off the corner here. Here's a snap, a quick slant pass going to be one hopped over there, caught. Looked like it was on the ground, and that's caught by Dilworth inside the Southside 35-yard line down to the 30-yard line.
Well, it looked like he pulled that one right off the turf, and I guess there must have been just a little bit of room under there, but they're giving it to him.
Be 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies. A nice opening drive for Northside. They had the ball at the Southside 31-yard line. No score early. 11 minutes to go here in the first quarter. As Wise looks at the sidelines to get the signals, he'll have Dilworth split out one side. On the other side, that's Darren Robinson. Here's a snap, and it's a handoff to Bolton, who is going to be trapped outside and tripped up. That's Bennett Wandell. Will get him in the backfield. Going to lose maybe 2 on the play back to the 33-yard line. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 12 for the Grizzlies.
And good job by Wandell. There was another Maverick who shot into the backfield as soon as the ball was snapped. I didn't catch his number. Wasn't able to make the play, but he stretched the running back out so far that Wandell was able to come from his safety position and make a nice open field tackle.
Bo, they can't be very effective if you make them go sideline to sideline.
No, absolutely not. That's what you got to do. And it just if you get into the backfield like we just did on that stunt, it really disrupts things.
Northside goes strong left this time with Bolton in the backfield. Man in motion is Dilworth. Here's a handoff to Dilworth off the left side. He's going to be hit in the backfield and drop for about a 3-yard loss. Bennett Wandell back there again for the Southside defense.
Well, once again, it was the same time and same thing. And this time I did catch the number. It was Sam Wynn coming in on a blitz, and he almost met the running back when he caught the ball. Tailback was able to get loose, but then Wandell once again just makes another good open field tackle.
Big 3rd down here early for the Southside defense. Be 3rd down, 3rd and 14 at the Southside 35-yard line. Yeah. As the Northside looks to the sidelines to get the play.
A big opportunity right here to put Northside in a bad position as they're almost out of field goal range if they don't get any positive yardage.
Wise calls out signals, takes a snap. He is going to keep it this time. He's going to be pressured. Will get outside. He's at the 35-yard line. He's going to be run out of bounds. Great job again by the Southside defense as they tackle him right at the 35-yard line. Making the play for Southside is Jalen Coleman, but give credit to Cam Belcher and 2 or 3 other mates chasing him. They're not letting him turn the corner, Bo.
They're absolutely not. It was a great pursuit by the Mavericks. You had a whole host of Mavericks over here scraping down the line. They were just not going to let Deuce Wise get outside, and that's good coaching right there. Those guys are prepared for him. They know what the Grizzlies are trying to do, and they're not going to let them do it.
Be 4th down, 4th and 13. Wise wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. It's Tucker coming down the middle. The ball is a wide open man in the 5. Touchdown, Northside. Wide open on the play was Jordan Dilworth.
I don't know what to say about that. I mean, it was a post pattern. He was right in the middle of the field. There were no Mavericks anywhere close to him. Just an easy throw and catch. And on 4th down and 13, you just can't let something like that happen. That's a killer on the first drive. Rivalry game. I mean, you've got them stopped. All you got to do is let no one get behind you, and he was just wide open in the middle of the field.
As Northside will attempt the extra point here. Checking in for the extra point is Jose Paredes. Deuce Wise will be the holder for Paredes. Here's the snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. We've got 9:08 to go here. Northside leads Southside 7-zip. Be back with the Northside kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer for details. Hey, old Rock and Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
As we get back to action, the ball will come down to Ricardo Savoy at the 10. He's at the 15. He goes across the field at the 15. He's at the 20-yard line. Will be tackled at the 22-yard line. That's for Southside. We'll start their first drive. And, Bo, that's one thing so far. If you want to talk about the battle of special teams, Northside has definitely won that.
Well, 2 kicks. Northside had a great return on their first one. Southside not able to get anything. I mean, it was good kick coverage by the Grizzlies. Savoy tried to bust it outside on the far side of the field, and they kept stringing it out, and he just ran out of real estate over there.
That was a 6-play, 60-yard drive for the Grizzlies. And, Bo, I don't know what to say. 4th and 13, Dilworth basically got between 3 defenders, and I'm not sure if there was a miscommunication or what, but he just catches a pass and basically walks in the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, you got to make it a little tougher on them. That kind of reminds us of how we were playing at the first of the year.
Gatewood takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, will throw the ball, and it's going to be almost intercepted. Now it's caught by Jordan Jackson at the 33-yard line. Bo, that's a big break for Southside. Making the play for Northside is Elijah Taboot, and should be a first down for Southside. But that ball should have been intercepted, and if it was intercepted, that's 6 more points.
Yeah, it was that cornerback's going to be kicking himself because he had an easy interception, jumped up to catch the ball, and it hit his hands and popped up in the air. And good heads-up play by Jordan Jackson to be in the right spot and come down with it and keep his focus. Northside
works with a 3-4 defense. As Gatewood calls out signals, will keep the ball this time, crosses the 35, will get up to the 40-yard line. A nice run by Gatewood on first down. We'll bring up second down, 2nd and 4 for Southside.
Yeah, and I love that play. I mean, it's something we've been doing all year. Fake the jet sweep with the slot receiver and let it clear out, and then Gatewood just picks his way up the middle. It's good for 5 or 6 yards.
Yeah, and I think that play, too, is kind of settled down after that last pass, Bo. You want to kind of settle things down just a bit. So It'll be second down, 2nd and 4 for Southside. 8-10 to go here. Southside trails 7-zip. Gatewood takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, throws it over the middle. Has an open receiver. That's Tyree Solomon at the 38-yard line. Will work his way down to the 36-yard line. Great throw by Tay Gatewood.
Yeah, and I mean, Northside's really playing some kind of prevent zone coverage. They had their linebackers back, in Gatewood just found a hole in the zone right there in the middle of the field. And, Tyree Solomon, I mean, this guy, he's been great all year. Not only is he electric running the ball, but he's got sure hands. He can catch the ball in traffic.
Southside go with no backs in the backfield. Trip set wide side of the field as Gatewood calls out signals. Northside looked like I guess they stayed on side, almost got in the neutral zone. He 1st and 10 Mavs at the Northside 37-yard line. Gatewood takes a snap. Here's a keeper by Gatewood at the 35. He's at the 30. He's at the 25, at the 23. Works his way down inside the 20 at the 19-yard line where Alan Infante makes the play for the Northside defense. It'll be another first down Southside.
Yeah, and I got to give a huge kudos to Wesley Swartz for getting a big block on the linebacker and springing Gatewood right there.
Hey, baby, it's those players of the week. Get these kids going.
That's right.
Even though that shirt may not fit him, being a large. He 1st and 10 Southside. The ball be spotted at the 20-yard line as Gatewood calls out signals. Has Savoy in the backfield along with Leighton Johnson. Here's a handoff to Savoy off the right side. Bounces it outside. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown Southside.
Well, they're going to say he ran out of bounds. He lost the ball going into the end zone, but it's going to remain Southside ball. Saying he's out at the 3, I think.
That might actually be a break for Southside. They did step out because you're right. The ball went into the end zone. Looked like he was in the end zone, but the ball was ahead of him.
Yeah, exactly. But nevertheless, it was a great run.
What a great block, too. They found something there with Leighton Johnson. He's able to seal that inside.
Right.
That Savoy bounce to the outside. Will be 1st and goal Southside to 3-yard line.
Yeah, really been mixing it up on this long drive, Keith, with the play calling.
Southside goes strong left this time with Gatewood calling out signals. Now man in motion. Here's a keeper by Gatewood up the middle. Will fall forward down close to the goal line. Northside grabs the ball at the last second. I think he was down on the play. He'll get down close to about the 1-yard line. Will bring up 2nd goal for the Mavericks. Well, interesting look there. They had 2 backs. Strong left that time. Gatewood goes away from the strength.
Yeah, they're trying to just get the defense moving one way and find a little seam back through there. And we've seen Gatewood on that keeper up the middle at the goal line. He's hard to keep out of the goal line once he gets down there. And they just they've been defense playing like we thought they would. Northside hadn't given up any big plays, making us work for it.
A second goal for Southside as Gatewood keeps it off the left side, works his way down. Touchdown, Southside.
Very same play, jet sweep fake from the slot receiver coming across. And as soon as he clears, Gatewood busted up the middle. And just, they run that to perfection so many times when they get down to the goal line, Keith. It's almost impossible to keep them out.
And, boy, we saw a lot of Gatewood on that series, especially running the football.
Well, and he's so good at it. He is your star player, so you want the ball in his hands as much as possible.
Connor Robles will check in for the extra point. That was a 6-play, 78-yard drive for Southside. Southside will attempt to tie the ball game up here. Ball is down. Your kick is up. Kick is good. 6:38 to go here in the first quarter. All tied at 7. They'll be back with Southside kickoff after this. This on Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
A largemouth bass tearing at your bait, mallard circling above, dawn breaking through your tree stand. It's the outdoors that you love. Tackle boxes, hunting and fishing gear for what you love to do. The adventure starts at the tackle box for sportsmen just like you.
For all of your hunting and fishing needs, head to the Tackle Box, 3001 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Call the Tackle Box today at 646-3193.
Well, I think it may be a shootout tonight. Both teams have had the ball one time. We've had 2 touchdowns. We haven't even played 6 minutes yet.
No, but you got to give the Maverick offense credit for answering. I mean, if you look back at what happened last week at Central, they kind of did the same thing, come out and scored on their first possession, but we were able to answer and then really limit them throughout the rest of the game. So hopefully we'll be able to do that against Northside tonight.
Connor Robles will kick off for the Mavericks. Back deep will be Jordan Dilworth. Here's a kick. It's going to go into the end zone. Good kick by Robles. They'll start this drive on their own 20-yard line. Bo, I go back to one play on that first drive. Northside had a chance to get a big interception on the first play. It goes off the young man's hands. Jordan Jackson catches it for a first down, but if he makes that play, he's got a walk into the end zone. We're down 14-zip. Instead, we're tied 7-7.
Yes, you are exactly right. If he'd have caught that ball, there was nobody between him and the end zone, and it would have changed the whole complexion of the game. Down 14-0, we'd be fighting our way back. But as it was, the ball bounced our direction. Jordan Jackson happened to be in the right place, so it worked out for us.
Jackson King checks in at running back, gets the handoff. He will get up to the Northside 25-yard line, where he's brought down to play. Bennett Wandell leads the charge for the Southside defense, along with Ryan Tucker. Will bring up second down, 2nd and 4 for the Grizzlies.
And you see this Maverick D, I think the inside of the line is going to be a little bit soft for the Grizzlies because we're going to work everything outside in. We're not going to let them have the corner. So you'll see the linebackers. You see them right now lining up on each side of the end of the line. They're going to try to force everything inside.
Here's a handoff as a keeper by Deuce Wise. He pitches the ball at the last second to Dilworth, who crosses the 30-yard line. We'll get a first down at the 33-yard line. Jordan Dilworth, Bo, is listed as a wide receiver, but he is more of a – he caught the touchdown pass, but he also had about 3 carries on the first series, and he just carried the ball there.
Yeah, they're bringing him on the end around and the jet sweeps, and you got to give Deuce Wise credit on that one for pitching it just at the last second. Heber and Ulrich came up and gave him a shot for his efforts when he did that, so maybe he'll have that in the back of his mind the rest of the game.
Wise calls out signals, waits on the snap. Southside looks like they may come with the blitz here. Here's a keeper by Wise off the left side, gets away from the initial defender, will be run out of bounds at about the 36-yard line.
Oh, come on.
And they're going to call a personal foul on Southside. There's actually another penalty out there that may be a motion penalty, but they hit Deuce Wise right at the boundary, and that's a, well, no comment.
Well, I mean, you know, a guy as electric as him who can break one at any time. You see him running down the sideline. You come over and lay a hit on him. You can't. I mean, he was right at the boundary line. I don't think you can throw that flag.
That's going to be a procedure penalty on Northside, a personal foul on Southside, and still be first down. Bo, I don't agree with that.
Yeah, I don't agree with that either.
I'll tell you what, to me, what it means is then they're going to mark the penalty off on Southside.
Well, the problem is that he hit him right at the boundary, and his momentum carried him into the Southside bench. So, I mean, you know, he landed out of bounds, but he wasn't hit out of bounds.
Well, it's also a thing, too, if the coaching staff, if you don't hit him, they're going to be mad when he turns it back left and goes up the field because you let him step out of bounds.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. Jackson King will be your tailback. Deuce Wise, your quarterback. Wise takes a snap. He wants to throw the ball, throws the ball out to Dillsworth at the 45-yard line. He's at midfield in Southside territory at the Southside 45-yard line. We'll have another Northside first down.
Well, you can see that this Maverick defense they're playing to stop the run. There was nobody out there in the slot to cover the slot receiver. He was wide open.
But when you play that type of defense where you're playing a lot of man-up coverage with Coleman and D.D. Smith, do you play off on purpose, give them that cushion, or do you maybe try to press coverage at some point?
That's just different.
Hope you don't get beat.
Yeah, it's different offensive philosophy. It depends on who you got there. I mean, I'm looking at Coleman right now. He's 6 yards off his man, so they're going to let him have anything underneath.
Here's a keeper by Deuce Wise. He's at the 45, inside the 40 to the Southside 34-yard line. We'll have another first down. And, Bo, we talked about this with North Little Rock. It was chunk yardage, and that's what's going on right now with this drive for Northside.
That's what they're getting, and you got to give Ryan Tucker some credit for reaching out and pulling Deuce down by the jersey. I thought he was going to take it to the house right there. There was a huge hole, and Tucker was able to prevent the touchdown.
Be first and 10 for Northside at the Southside 34-yard line. 5:03 to go here, all tied up at 7. One back in the backfield, that's Jackson King. As Deuce Wise waits to take the snap, takes the snap. He's going to keep it off the left side. And here comes the pressure. They get him outside. He gets away. We'll get down to the Southside 30-yard line for Hebron Ulrich. Hebron Ulrich makes the play for that's Mason Gregory, number 8, making the play for the Southside defense. Bo, you saw the speed of Deuce Wise. They had him, strung him out. He still gets outside.
Yeah, I mean, he's an elusive guy. The first guy's not going to get him in the open field. We're going to have gang tackling, which we were doing well, I think, that first series, when we had a chance to stop them before they hit the long pass play. But it seems like this series you got a lot of one man in position. If he doesn't make the play, we're in trouble.
Second down, 2nd and 5 for Northside. Again, King in the backfield takes the handoff off the right side. We'll get down to the Southside 25, works his way almost to the 24-yard line where Ryan Tucker makes the play for the Southside defense. Going to be close to another first down.
King kept the feet moving and moved the pile right there. They had him stopped really for no gain, and he was able to get 3 or 4 out of it.
Hey, Bo, the thing they're doing, too, they're really running downhill right now. There's no initial contact until 2 or 3 yards down the field as Wise looks to the sidelines to get the signals. 3rd and 1 for Northside. 3:47 to go here in the first quarter, all tied up at 7. Northside goes 2 receivers either side of the field. Wise takes a snap. Here comes an outside blitz, and it's going to be a pass out complete to Dillsworth at the 20-yard line. We'll have a first down at the 19-yard line. But that was a good play by Deuce Wise to get the ball out there, making the play for the Southside defense is Mason Gregory. It'll be another first down.
Well, once again, got a lot of pressure up the middle from the Mav defense, but once again, the slot receiver, they're expecting the safety to come up and cover him, and he's 15 yards off of him. There's nobody out there on that slot receiver.
Be 1st and 10 at the Southside 19. Northside goes strong right this time with Jackson King in the backfield. Now man in motion. Here's a keeper by Wise off the left side. Is going to be sacked in the backfield. Great play by Hebron Ulrich back to the 24-yard line. Loss of 5 on the play brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 15.
That was a good play. That's something you don't see very often, is Deuce getting brought down one-on-one in the open field like that. And that's a huge loss. Big play for the Mavericks.
Both they're doing a good job, and you talked about really kind of selling out for the run. They're doing a good job, really, I think, for Southside is eliminating getting outside. Now they're hitting us pretty good between the tackles, but not getting outside as Wise calls out signals. Now man in motion. Here's a snap. It's a high snap. Wise wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws over the middle field, has an open receiver, touchdown Northside. That's Darren Robinson on the touchdown. Bo, again, he got behind the secondary wide open.
Yeah, we had a corner in coverage, and he just was a step behind. He got beat, and he just threw it right over his head, and our corner was not able to jump up there and make a play. And it's the same pattern that we saw earlier that they scored on, just a post pattern. This time, he wasn't as wide open as he was before, but, he beat his man, and it was a good throw by Deuce.
Jose Paredes will attempt the extra point for Northside with Deuce Wise on the hold. Here's the snap. Ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. 2:36 to go here in the first quarter. Northside leads Southside 14-7. To be back with the Grizzly kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Tonight's Southside Maverick football game is being brought to you in part by La Huerta Grill. La Huerta serves the best Mexican food anywhere. Enjoy mouth-watering fajitas with all the fixins for just $7.99. La Huerta Grill's lunch specials are perfect if you're in a hurry. Only $3.99 for the Speedy Gonzales. Open Saturday through Thursday 11 to 9, Fridays 11 to 10. La Huerta Grill, located on the corner of Old Greenwood Road and South Gary, a proud sponsor of Southside Maverick football.
Bo, that was a 7-play, 80-yard drive, culminating with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Deuce Wise to Darren Robinson. And what's the frustrating thing is we had them, 4th and 13. They hit us for a 34-yard touchdown. Then we have them 2nd and 15, a 25-yard touchdown. You know what's coming. You just can't stop it.
Right. I mean, you know they're going to try to throw it over your head, but, yeah, you got to get in position.
Paredes will kick off for Northside. He'll kick it to Ricardo Savoy. He takes it at the 8-yard line, fumbles it, picks it up at the 15. He's at the 20, will be hit.
Wow.
Well, not quite to the 20s. He gets to the 18-yard line. Making the play for Northside is Anthony Travis. It'll be 1st and 10 for Southside at the 18-yard line.
And that was a good job by Travis. He made an excellent hit there on Savoy. Looks like Savoy's a little shaken up.
Yeah, Savoy's, he's down on the turf right now and doesn't look good for Southside. And with that injury, we'll take an injury timeout too. It's the Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned, with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Let's see. Leaky faucet Tuesday. Water flooding the yard. Better put that down for the middle of the month when the bills aren't due.
Honey, what are you doing?
Planning our plumbing problems, of course.
You can't plan our plumbing problems, but you should plan our plumber.
What do you mean?
Like all important contacts, I keep Westart Plumbing in my phone. They're always there when we need them, and they don't overcharge since they know we don't plan our plumbing problems. Here, honey, here's their number.
646-5151. Thanks, babe.
Westart Plumbing. We keep you flowing.
As we come back to action, it's going to be a 9-yard gain by Tate Gatewood off the left side, and Ricardo Savoy, Bo, he's trying to walk on, looks like his right leg. He's limping on the sideline. Hopefully he'll be okay.
Yeah, it looked like an ankle. He didn't put any pressure on it when he was coming off the field. Looks like he is now, so, yeah, hopefully give it a minute. It'll be all right.
Minute and a little bit of tape.
Yeah.
A lot of tape.
Nice. Halftime.
He's taking down 2nd and 1 for the Mavs. Here's a keeper by Gatewood off the left side, is going to fight his way forward. We'll have a first down for Southside. Good job by Gatewood, as a lot of pressure over there put on by Northside. Leading the charge is Cody Harris. But Gatewood gets a first down. Bo, it wasn't there on the initial rush.
No, there were lots of Grizzlies in the hole right there, and he was bouncing off of them, just fighting and clawing, spinning to get the 2 yards that he needed.
Well, Bo, it's definitely a game down 14-7 here late in the first quarter. You need to answer every time right now, as Gatewood calls out signals, has Brendan Ulrich in the backfield. Gatewood wants to throw, looks down the field, has an open receiver. It's going to be dropped. That's Mason Love. Dropped it at the 50-yard line. Bo, that would have been a foot race.
Yeah, it would have been. He had him open. Ball hit him right in the numbers in stride. And, you know, this is something we saw earlier in the year from Gatewood. The ball came out like a laser, and I just don't think Love was ready to handle it. He turned, and the ball was right there, and it just kind of hit his chest and bounced off.
Well, Gatewood looks like to me he's really on tonight. We saw the pass earlier to Tyrese Solomon in traffic, and he threads the needle right there. And that time that was a nice pass, and Love's not able to handle the throw. It brings 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. Here's a handoff to Brendan Ulrich. Ulrich will fight across the 30-yard line, gets up to about the 32-yard line. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for the Mavericks.
Well, this is a huge play. As you mentioned, we need to answer. It's a 3rd and long right here. We got to dial up something to stay on the field. When we talked in the opener about this being a shootout, and it looks like it's what it's going to be. So this is one of those times where the offense needs to pick up the defense.
Southside will go trip set to the wide side of the field. They'll have Dylan White line up on the short side of the field with Brendan Ulrich in the backfield for Gatewood. Now, Ulrich goes in motion as Gatewood looks that way, throws the ball out to Ulrich, catches it at the 30-yard line, will get away from the initial man, but be pulled down at the 36-yard line. Nice one-on-one play. That was Tamonte Parks making the play for Northside. Will put Southside in a punting situation as Adam Puckett will check into the game for the Mavericks.
Well, Parks doesn't make that play. Ulrich gets the first down. I thought he was going to have it. He had some room to work, but Parks just broke down to make a good open field tackle.
As Puckett will stand back at his 23-yard line. Can't get the number of the Northside player. I think that is Greg Washington back deep. Here's a punt by Puckett. It's going to be a good punt. As Washington takes it at his 22-yard line, gets away, will cross the 30-yard line where he's brought down over there by Bennett Windell. Windell's had a solid ball game for Southside here in the first quarter.
Yeah, he has. He's made a couple of big plays. He did in that first series. It looked like they were going to put Northside in a bad position. We were going to get the ball back before they hit that long pass. So that kid's playing good. And Keith, we got to stop him right here. I mean, we don't let them get 2 scores up on us. This game could get out of hand.
Well, Bo, we've had our chances. That's the frustrating thing is we've had them in 2nd long, 4th and long, and they finished with a big play. So, you know, you got to keep working, hoping that at some point when you put them in a long situation, maybe they'll make a mistake at some point. As Bolton checks in the ball game, Wise takes a snap, does a rollout. We'll keep it this time. Will be tackled at the 35-yard line. Will gain 5 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for the Grizzlies. Cameron Belcher leads the charge for the Southside defense.
Yeah, and you can see what the Mavs are trying to do. They're going to make sure that Deuce Wise doesn't get outside. And it's working so far, but you can't let them beat you over the top.
And that's the end of the first quarter. At the end of one quarter, Northside leads Southside 14-7. We'll be back at the start of the second quarter after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Sprint 106.3.
Now is the time to schedule your vehicle's annual fall checkup with W&W Automotive. From oil changes to cooling systems, brakes, hoses, and more, let Mark Wakefield and the boys at W&W Automotive get your vehicle ready for the daily routine of back-to-school driving. Drop by the corner of Towson Avenue and South O in Fort Smith, or call 242-1600. W&W Automotive, a bumper-to-bumper certified shop.
What's your favorite thing about Repeat's Place?
Catfish on Fridays.
I definitely come for the pie. Pie's my favorite thing.
Meatloaf, pinto beans, mashed potatoes and gravy, and the cornbread is phenomenal.
Great food, great friends, good times at Repeat's Place.
I told them, I said, if I had one last meal and I was on death row, I would have them cater that meal to me. It would be my choice.
7830 Highway 71 South, open daily Monday through Saturday for lunch and dinner.
As we get back to action, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 5 for Northside. Wise takes a snap, throws the ball out right, going to be complete. That's Dilworth. It's going to be hit in the backfield. It's going to lose 3 yards on the play. Great job by the Southside defense. Getting out there big on the play was Luke Richardson for Southside, and that'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for Northside. Bo, let's get back to normalcy if that's possible.
Yeah, no kidding. Well, we have a chance here, 3rd and long. So here's the time where we need to make a play and get off the field. Force them to punt here, we'll have the ball in good field position.
Wise calls out signals, has Bolton in the backfield. Waits on the snap, takes the snap. He wants to throw the ball. Here comes the heat. He rushes away from the heat. It's a nice screen set up to Bolton. Will get the first down at the 40-yard line, at the 42-yard line. Great call by Northside to get the first down.
I mean, that was a well-designed play. They knew we were going to be bringing pressure, and we did. Rolled Derek Wise out of the pocket and had a running back running stride for stride with him. Just threw it over our defender's head. He had some blockers out front and picked up just enough for the first down.
And Southside really did a good job of covering the play, Bo. That really had a chance to get a lot more yardage, but nice recovery by the Southside defense. Nonetheless, the first down for Northside as they go 2 backs in the backfield. As Wise calls out signals, takes a snap. He will hand it off to Bolton. No, he keeps it off the left side. It's hitting the backfield. Will drive forward and get back to the line of scrimmage. Making the play for the Southside defense is Cam Belcher along with Luke Richardson making the play for the Southside defense. They'll bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Both the defenses, they're doing a pretty good job of stopping the run. It's been the passing game, which is really kind of a surprise. Wise has a little over 700 yards passing, which really is not a lot of yards passing. So, but he's hit us big tonight.
Yeah, I mean, not really what we expected out of the Grizzlies.
Again, 2nd down, 2nd and 10. Here's a snap. Wise wants to keep it off the left side. Will be hit and dropped at the 45-yard line. Nice recovery by Southside. Again, looks like that's Martez Gaston getting off the pile for Southside along with think that's Travis Chaffee may be getting off the pile, too, for Southside. They'll bring up third down, 3rd and 7 again. Another big play here for the Southside defense. 10:03 to go here in the second quarter. Northside leads Southside 14-7 as Wise calls out signals. Has one back in the backfield. Here's a snap. He's going to roll around. Now he fumbles the ball. He's going to get away. Has an open field. He's going to get the first down as he crosses midfield. Is at the Southside 45-yard line, at the 30-yard line, at the 25-yard line, at the 23-yard line. And, Bo, that's what we talked about, outrunning containment. Again, 3rd and 7. Big play by Deuce Wise.
Yeah, 2 things I noticed on that play. One, you cannot rush upfield on this guy because he can reverse field and get outside. You've got to keep contained, and we didn't do that. You see what happened. The second thing is, he's running up the sideline over here on our sideline. The guy comes over to push him out of bounds and pulls up.
Well, Bo, that goes back to what we talked about on the personal foul penalty. That's why you go ahead and hit the guy on the sideline.
Exactly. You can't have your defenders pulling up because something like that will happen.
Be 1st and 10, the Southside 24-yard line. Bolton in the backfield as Wise calls out signals, takes a snap, will hand the ball off the right side to Bolton, cuts inside the 20. He's at the 15-yard line. We'll have a gain of 9 on the play, brings that 2nd down, 2nd and 1 for the Grizzlies.
Northside offensive line got a big push over there on the right-hand side, and good cutback by Bolton to turn into a big play.
It'll be 2nd down, 2nd and 1 for Northside, the Southside 15-yard line. Again, Bolton in the backfield along with Deuce Wise. Wise waits on the snap, takes a snap. He's going to keep it this time off the right side. We'll have a first down. Now cuts it back outside. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Will be tackled right at the goal line. That's Mason Gregory making the play for the Southside defense just short of the goal line. And Bo, he's dangerous when you get the motion going one way, he goes back the other. We've got a flag on the play. This may be a hold on Northside, which would be a big play here for the Southside defense.
Yeah, it looks like it is.
I'll tell you what, that one referee ought to be playing football. That's one big guy.
He is. He's a hoss. And that's huge because it takes him from being at the 1-yard line, about to punch it in, back to 2nd, and looks they're marking it all the way back to like the
they marked
35.
it back. Well, they marked it back to the 24-yard line. 25. In fact, it was only like an 8-yard penalty because they had 2nd and 1. So
yeah.
It was downfield when they got the block. Again, it'll be 2nd down, 2nd and, well, actually 2nd and 10 for Northside as Wise calls out signals, takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws the ball down the field to Dilworth. And Southside's going to get an interference call. A little bit of grabbing on both sides, but Southside will get the call.
Yeah, I can't argue too much with that one. D.D. was running stride for stride. It looked like he had his off arm kind of holding on to the Northside receiver. He made the play. He jumped up there and knocked it down with his offhand, or with his right hand, but his left hand, I think, was down there.
Well, I'm thinking this may be on Northside. No, they're going to call it on South. So like they were going to call it. Southside was acting like it was going to be on Northside, but yeah.
I think if D.D. would have pulled his other hand and tried to knock it down with both hands, he probably would have got away with that. But he kept that one hand on the Grizzly receiver.
And I'm not sure he needed to because that ball was actually thrown inside. I don't think that Dilworth could ever got the ball. But that being said, it's kind of hard to see when you're in coverage to find the ball. So be 1st and 10 Northside, the Southside 13-yard line. As Derek Wise will call out signals, has one back in the backfield. That's Eli Bolton. Here will be a handoff off the left side to Bolton. Gets outside. He's at the 10. He's at the 5. Touchdown, Northside.
Well, it was a good play. I mean, wasn't nothing really fancy, just a handoff. We've been seeing them do all these keepers by Wise. This was just a straight handoff to the left side to the tailback, and there was no Southside defenders out there to set the edge. They're lining up in the swinging gate that we do.
I think everybody does that now. Yeah, looks like they're going to go for an extra point here as Paredes will check in. Jose Paredes will check in to attempt the extra point for Northside. Here's a snap. Your ball is down. Kick is up. Kick is good. We've got 8:24 to go here in the second quarter. Northside leads Southside 21-70. Back to the Grizzly kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
That was a 6-play, 70-yard drive for Northside, culminating with a 13-yard touchdown run by Eli Bolton. And Bo, I'll tell you what, down 21-7, you better start answering here or this game's going to get away because our defense really has struggled.
The defense is having a very tough time with Deuce Wise tonight. You know, it's been big plays. You know, we've had them a chance to get off the field several times and haven't been able to do it.
Here's a kick by Paredes. Is going to go into the end zone, will be a touchback. And back deep for Southside is Jalen Coleman taking the place of Ricardo Savoy. Bo, I saw him walking on the sidelines, but I haven't seen him since, so I'm not sure if we'll see him back in the ball game or not. He's on the training tape.
Yeah.
I don't think we will.
No, he's got his pads
Yeah.
off. He's got ice wrapped around his ankle, so I think he turned his ankle pretty good. That's what it looked like.
That's not good. I'm not really sure who Southside would go with if they go with another back besides Ulrich, but it kind of takes away some of your formations because you lose that play we saw last week with Ulrich in the backfield with Savoy. It'll be 1st and 10 Southside. They'll start this drive on their 20-yard line as Brendan Ulrich will be your tailback. He goes in motion with Leighton Johnson in the backfield. Here's a snap. Gatewood looks to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws over the middle complete. That's Jordan Jackson at the 40-yard line. The 42-yard line will have a first down for Southside. That is Tamonte Parks making the play for Northside. And, Bo, that's a good quick start right there offensively for Southside on their third possession here of the ball game.
Yeah, I like that play call. It was a little kind of in route. Jordan started in the slot and cut in, and Gatewood hit him right there in the soft part of the zone. Jordan doing a lot of talking out there after that catch.
Asking how his mom is doing.
Yeah.
Be 1st and 10 Southside at their own 42-yard line. Gatewood takes a snap, going to run it this time off the left side. We'll get across the 45, gets a nice block by Ulrich. We'll get into Northside territory down to the Northside 43-yard line. And Brendan Ulrich, what a great block at the 50, spranging for an extra 7 yards.
Yeah, I mean, it was going to be close to the first down, and he made it easy to get the first down after that block. And I really like that play call. It was a run all the way by Gatewood, empty backfield, and big hole opened up on the right-hand side of the field.
Be 1st and 10 for the Mavs at the Northside 44-yard line. 7:53 to go here in the second quarter. Southside trails 21-7. Ulrich line just to the left of Gatewood. Gatewood takes the snap, hands the ball off to Ulrich off the right side. Will drive down to the 41-yard line where he's brought down by Anthony Travis. Be a gain of about 3 on the play. Brings up second down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs.
Yeah, and you're right, Keith. With Savoy out of the game, I mean, that's going to limit some of the things that the Mavs can do. It's going to limit some of their formations. And, you know, not that Ulrich's not capable. He's a great runner back there. But when you got somebody as fast as Savoy, you want to get him a chance to carry the ball, too. So we'll see what they can do with him out.
And we started seeing some different looks, too. And that's what's kind of frustrating about this. We saw some different looks last week that really, I mean, you had to account for both running backs. And now those formations pretty much will not be run tonight as Southside will go with 2 backs in the backfield. That's Johnson. Here's a handoff to Ulrich. Gets across the 40 down to the 35-yard line. Good hard running by Brendan Ulrich. And, Bo, I think I almost think you could line up with Leighton Johnson in there and Brendan Ulrich and just go between the tackles, 4 or 5 yards a pop.
Yeah, right behind him because, I mean, Ulrich runs downhill. He gets ahead of steam, and he's hard to tackle. He's going to get 2 or 3 or 4, and then when get him behind Leighton, that's going to turn into 5, 6, and especially as this game wears on.
Be 3rd and 2 for Southside. They go strong left this time with Ulrich in the backfield. Leighton Johnson lines up behind the left guard. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Johnson. Oh, excuse me, it's Ulrich. Fights his way down and will be close to the first down. Great job by Brendan Ulrich. They had him stopped about 1.5 yards short. He dives forward. Now he gets a bad spot back. Well, they're going to spot it back. Let's see. Another bad spot back to the 35-yard line. He was at the 34-yard line, and
yeah,
obviously Southside will go for it here. 4th down, 4th and 1. This is a big play, Bo. You got to make this because you're down 14 here late in the second quarter. Got to get it close.
Yeah, and you see Ulrich running off the field here, which I cannot fathom because this would be the guy that I would go with right here. He's going to get, if it's a yard to get, he's going to get it, but I expect him to run Gatewood then up the middle.
And they'll keep Leighton Johnson in the backfield as they try to spread the formation out. Here's a keeper by Gatewood. Gatewood will have the first down as he gets down to the 33-yard line. Bo, just a quick hitter basically is all it is. And actually, that's probably at the 32-yard line for a first down as Ulrich checks back in the ball game for Southside. I'll tell you, Leighton Johnson, that's a big old boy.
Yeah, he is. He's listed at 5'10", 185. He's every bit of it, and he's a good blocker, too. This offensive line of the Mavericks is blocking pretty well so far tonight.
This time, Southside will line up trip set to the wide side of the field. One back in the backfield, that's Ulrich. Your long receiver, short side, is Dylan White. Here's the snap to Gatewood, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball over the middle. It's going to be almost intercepted over there. And Dylan White wanted to flag, but really it was just a nice defensive play. That was Elijah Talbot making the play defensively. And that's a play where you play the ball, Bo. He might have made some contact with the receiver, but he's going after the football.
Yeah, I mean, the ball was thrown so short that he dove down. He kind of dove in front of Wyatt and bumped into him as he was playing the ball.
And we've got a penalty on the play, going to be a hold, I think, on the Mavericks.
They're walking backwards here. That's going to put them probably second 20 on this.
I think it's going to be more than that. He's back at the 46-yard line, and they started on 13. Must be a 15-yard penalty. Didn't get to. Must be a personal foul on Southside.
Well, it shouldn't be lost it down then, I don't think. It should still be first down.
Be first down. They've got first and 32. That was a 22-yard penalty. Interesting. Well, it's not actually 32. It's 27. Scoreboard says 32. Here's a quick pass out complete to Ulrich at the 40-yard line. Will go forward and will be hit, knocked out of bounds at the 37-yard line. He'll get some of it back, gets 9 back on the play.
Yeah, I like that play call. Just a quick hitter pass out to the outside. Just get a chunk of it back and start working it down to once you get in third and fourth down, have a chance to get it all.
Be second down, second and 16 at the 38-yard line. Bo, this is a big series for Southside, down 21-7. You've got to get some points here.
Yeah, you can't come up empty on this one. They put themselves in a bad spot.
So go one back in the backfield. That's Johnson along with Gatewood. Gatewood looks to throw. He's being pressured. He's going to be sacked on the backside over there making the play defensively. That is Darren Robinson makes the play back at the 43-yard line. And Southside, Bo, you want to say 4 down territory, but you've got third down and half a mile. I don't think that is.
Yeah, it's kind of hard. I mean, you got third and, yeah, like you say, half a mile. And you need to come up with something big right here. It's not going to be 4 down territory. You've almost put yourself back into where you have to punt the football. And that last play, they sent Robinson on a blitz and from the outside linebacker position, and no one accounted for him. He just ran Gatewood down from behind.
Be third down, third and 21 at the Southside 43-yard line. Southside goes trip set to the left of Gatewood. Gatewood takes a snap, looks down the field, wants to throw, and he's going to be pressured and sacked again at the Southside 47-yard line. That is Raytel Roan making the play defensively for Northside. And, Bo, there's no option here. You'll have to punt the ball away.
No, that pretty much makes the decision for you. And, I mean, he had time. He had a little bit of time back there, but Roan just kept pushing up the middle, and eventually the pocket collapsed. He was not able to get rid of the football.
And I'm not sure Northside thinks the Southside is fourth down and half a mile, and they've got nobody back. They're going to let Puckett putt the ball away. So hopefully he'll get his leg into this and gets the punt off, and it's going to hit at the 15, gets inside the 20, down to the 15, 14, 13. Bit surprised by that, Bo. I mean, fourth and half a mile, you definitely think they're going to have somebody back there, but they don't. It'll be first and 10 for Northside at their own 11-yard line, leading 21-7, 3:31 to go here, Bo. And I'll tell you what, your game's on the line right now.
Yeah, your defense is going to have to step up right here. They're going to have to show something. We need the defense from the second half of Central last week and the second half of Catholic to start playing some football, because we're just they're gashing us right now. Haven't been able to find anything that's stopping them. And if we don't, if we get behind, we're already down 2 scores. Yeah,
it was the passing game the first 2 series, and then the running game came alive for Northside on the 3rd series. So, they definitely need to get a stop here. As Wise calls out signals, has Jackson in the backfield. And this is going to be a motion penalty, as Jackson had about 3 steps before the ball was ever snapped.
Yeah, and they're going to move them back a little closer to their own goal line. So we're going to have to we're going to have to make a play right here. We need something big. We need one of those turnovers that we had from Central. We shouldn't have used them all up so quickly in that third quarter last week. We need a big play.
Be second down, 2nd and 15. The ball will be spotted at the north side, actually the north side 6-yard line. I'm going to quit looking at the scoreboard. He's got that off. Every time I look, his yardage is a little bit off from mine. That looks like the 6 from here. Wise calls out signals, has a man in motion. Here's a snap, and Wise is going to keep it off the right side. It's going to be hit in the backfield and dropped at the 5-yard line. Good job by the Southside defense as Cam Belcher getting off the pile for Southside will bring up second down, 2nd and 16 for Northside.
Yeah, Cam Belcher, I would say he's probably the best tackler on the team, Keith, if I had to pick one. You get him in open field. He's usually a sure tackler, and he's been getting in the backfield a lot, it seems like, this game and disrupting the play, and that's what they're going to have.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd. They'll spot him right almost back at the line of scrimmage. As the first down marker is the 22-yard line. They're at the 6-yard line right now, so it's second down, 2nd and 16 for Northside. Wise takes a snap. He's going to keep it off the left side. As a hole, crosses the 10, gets to the 12, where Mason Gregory, along with Martez Gaston, make the play for Southside. And also give credit to Hebron Ulrich over there. Will bring up third down, 3rd and 10 for Northside. And Bo, been there, done that. We got to get a hold here.
Well, I feel like a broken record, but yeah, 3rd and long. We got to figure out a way to get off the field. We need to do something, get the ball back. If we force them to punt here, we'll have good field position. A couple minutes left in this half. We need to score going into halftime, and then we'll have the ball back coming out of half. So hopefully we can tie it up in the first series.
Bo, the key here is don't let Deuce Wise break containment.
Yeah, and don't let them throw it over your head again.
Because that signals takes a snap. Wants to throw, throws the ball. It's going to be complete. Boy, there's a nice hit over there at the 15-yard line. Great job by the Southside defense. I believe that's Jalen Coleman making the play for Southside right at the 15-yard line. And, Bo, we talked about giving them too much space that time. Coleman does a great job of taking that space away, making the play.
He did. He broke on the ball quickly. It was a pass out to the flats, and if he doesn't make that play, he's probably able to make a first down, but it's a short tackle. He wrapped up as soon as the ball got there, and that was huge because it's going to give us a chance to get the ball back in good field position, and you see Coach Williams taking the first time out here to think about it, so that's a big play.
Yeah, 1:58 to go here. Southside needs points, Bo. Down 21-7. Now they've got 21-2 on the scoreboard.
Not sure what happened there.
Now they're confusing me here. So, and you got to watch Northside. 2 years ago, Bo, they ran a play from their own 20-yard line, faked a punt, 4th and like 20 yards. They faked it. The guy goes 80 yards for the touchdown. So you better be careful with Mike Fleur. He'll try something.
Yeah, especially with only a couple of minutes left to half. He knows how big a game this is for his kids.
Jason Serpis will be the punter for Northside. Gets the punt off. It's a high punt. And Coleman's going to let it hit and will take a Northside bounce inside the 40-yard line, inside the 35, down to the 32-yard line. And, Bo, that's a play that Coleman's got to come up and make.
Well, you cost your team 15 yards there. I mean, you're going to have the ball on your own 45, and instead you get it on your own 31. You got to just stick your hand up, call for a fair catch, and catch it. He had plenty of time. The ball was kind of coming straight down. It was a very high kick, but a short kick, and yeah, I mean that's the play you got to make.
This is the first time we've seen Northside. They had Chewy Parga the last 3 years, and that young man, I watched him play when he was at Chaffin. He would kick off junior high football 7-8 yards in the end zone.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's a weapon.
And then go out and play linebacker and fullback. Be 1st and 10 Southside. If they're on the 32-yard line, they go trip set wide side of the field. They're looking that way. It's a swing pass out to Brendan Ulrich. He gets across the 35. He's at the 40, at the 43-yard line. Should have a Southside first down.
Well, he made a great play. The cornerback for Northside had a chance to make the play. He made a miss, able to get the first down.
Well, they're coming with the heat now. Northside did a good job in that last series getting pressure on Gatewood. Gatewood takes a snap, wants to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball. It's going to be incomplete. That's to Mason Love. It would have been about a 1 or 2 yard gain, not much there. And, Bo, what that pressure is kind of doing right now, it looked like Gatewood was actually throwing off his back foot, got nothing on the pass.
You're right. He kind of had a little bit of a happy feet there and didn't really put his whole body into the throw and caused it to be short.
And, Bo, we go back to last week. I know Central got some pressure on Southside you know, it may come down to maybe doing some rollouts or something, maybe get him out of the pocket as Gatewood calls out signals. Takes a snap, wants to throw, throws the ball. It's going to be complete. That's Mason Love. We'll catch it at the 47-yard line. Making the play defensively is Elijah Tabbitt. Makes the play. We'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for the Mavericks.
Well, Tabbitt's having himself a game. This is a kid that likes to hit. And Mason Love, he's going to be taking some ibuprofen after the game because Tabbitt laid a hit on him right there as soon as the ball got there. And just good job by Love hanging on to it, though, at least getting a couple out of the play.
He's 5'9", 170, so, yeah, there's a pretty good load right there as it'll be 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for the Mavericks. Gatewood looks to throw, pumps, throws over the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Intended for Tyrese Solomon, and I think he heard footsteps from Anthony Travis and could have made the play. He doesn't. Southside will have to punt the ball with 51 seconds to go here.
Yeah, he was running across the field right at the sticks, and it was a good throw by Gatewood. It was another really hard throw, but it was a throw you see Tyrese make. I mean, he's not a guy who has very many drops on the year at all. He's done very well, and I agree, though. I think he heard that linebacker closing on him.
Adam Puckett will punt the ball away for Southside. Nobody deep for Northside. They think we're going to maybe try to fake them out here again. I think Puckett will punt the ball, takes a snap, gets the punt off. It's a low-line drive punt, and will land inside the 20-yard line at the 15, 14-yard line. That's where Southside will down the ball with 41 seconds on the clock. Northside leads Southside 21-7, in spite of the scoreboard saying 21-2.
Yeah, it is still 21-7, I hope. I don't know how you lose 5 points in a game, but apparently we've done it somewhere along the way.
And we've got a penalty on the play. It'll be a hold on Northside. Unfortunately for Southside, it's a post-possession penalty, so Northside will retain possession. I think they'll probably, being down their own end, may just set on the ball here and going happily leading 21-2, 21-7, whatever the score is.
Yeah, and you would, I wouldn't have thought that this is how this first half was going to go, Keith. Really, the Grizzlies have just kind of stifled the Maverick offense. Haven't been able to get anything going.
Well, Southside really hurt themselves, too. I mean, when Savoy got hurt, that's really kind of changed a lot of the offensive philosophy, but also give Northside credit. They've done a very good job of getting pressure on Gatewood, and Gatewood really has been uncomfortable in the pocket, and that's made a difference here. It'll be 1st and 10 for Northside. They're on the 7-yard line. They'll have 2 backs in the backfield. Here's a snap. Here's a handoff to Jackson King, and King is, that's Eli Bolton, will get up to about the 8-yard line where he's brought down over there with 34 seconds. They've got Southside listed with 3 timeouts. I think they got it down to 2 timeouts, and we're back up to 7 points.
All right.
And Northside will not have to run another play here, and I think they'll just be happy to go in with a 14-point lead at halftime. We'll see what happens as they look to the sidelines to get the signals. 12 seconds on the clock, and they'll just let it run down, and here be happy to be ahead. And I think Northside's got to be pleased, obviously, with their first half, while Southside on the other side, on really both sides of the ball, with the exception of the one drive, has really struggled tonight.
Yeah, they have. This is not the Southside team that we've seen the past couple of weeks. I mean, they've scored 2 weeks in a row over 50 points in a ball game, and here in the first half they've only been able to scrape together 7. So we're going to have to find some answers in the second half, Keith.
Again, we're at the half. Southside trails 21-7. We'll be back with halftime highlights and halftime scoring summary after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Does this sound like you? Or maybe your inner biker sounds like...
No matter what motorcycle motor is music to your ears, Shelter Insurance has a policy that's music to your wallet.
Shelter insures your fun stuff. Motorcycles to riding mowers, ATVs to RVs, bikes to bass boats. If it rides, rolls, or floats, we can cover it. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Ask Shelter Insurance Agent Chris Dooley about a free auto insurance review. The office of Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge Jr. and Dr. Henry J. U. Dodge III at U. Dodge Orthodontics has been a respected provider in our orthodontic care community since 1972. The top priority of their practice is to provide you the highest quality orthodontic care in a fun, friendly, comfortable environment. They utilize the latest technological advances in the field of orthodontics to ensure that you receive the most effective care possible. U. Dodge Orthodontics, 782-3021. Go Mavericks!
River Valley Truck Outfitters has served Western Arkansas and the River Valley area with a commitment to quality and excellence unmatched in the truck accessories industry. Whether you need step bars, grill guards, diesel performance products, camper shells, or wheels and tires, shop at the store you can depend on. River Valley Truck Outfitters, Highway 71 south atop Rye Hill in Fort Smith. River Valley Truck Outfitters, where quality and customer service is always number one.
All offers with approved credit. See dealer details. Hey, old Rocket Randola here. Crane Hyundai on Zero Street in Fort Smith. And you know what Crane Hyundai on Zero Street has that the other dealers don't have? The Crane Commitment. That's right. 100,000-mile warranty on every new and pre-owned vehicle sold. It's 100% low price guarantee and 100-hour love it or leave it exchange policy. And Hyundai Assurance. Plus, Crane Hyundai lets you shop over 1,500 pre-owned cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. If you're even thinking about a vehicle, you need to think Crane Hyundai Zero Street in Fort Smith.
Hello, radio listener. Are you enjoying the football game tonight? How would you like to be sitting in the warm, relaxing, and highly beneficial swirling waters of your own hot spring spa? A spa can be both relaxing and fun, and a great end to an exhilarating football game. So hurry into Burton Pools and Spas at 6121 South Zero to check out the great deals on pools and spas. Burton Pools and Spas. Let them show you how to get your feet wet without getting in over your head.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3 KZKZ Greenwood, Fort Smith.
Tonight's game is brought to you in part by Crane Hyundai in Fort Smith. Experience the Crane difference at Crane Hyundai, 3600 South Zero, Fort Smith. Bo, not a good first half for Southside by any means as they trailed to half 21-7.
No, excuse me. Really surprised at how the Mavericks are struggling here. They're just looking up at the game stats, getting beat really in all phases of the game. Northside's rushed for 113 yards so far, and we've only managed 66 on the ground. Of course, Savoy going out, I think that really hurt us in that particular category, but really haven't done what we've been able to do all year and do our damage through the air. I mean, Tyrese hadn't been able to get open. Jordan Jackson had that one fluke blooper of a catch that should have been intercepted. And, you know, I think Tyrese has only caught one or two, so not doing well really in any phase of the game right now.
And, Bo, you look at the defense. The defense, obviously, the plan defensively was to come in and stop the run. Well, they did a pretty good job for the most part tonight, with the exception of the third touchdown drive for Northside. But it's been – they put them in second, third, fourth, and long, but they seem to hit the big place, which really is kind of surprising because you know it's coming.
Yeah, you know it's coming, and it's so frustrating, and it's really demoralizing. And, I mean, we've seen that. You know, we saw it at the start of the year so many times. How many times do we have – Conway in a third and long, Cabot in third and long? It just seemed like every time that the other team needed to make a play, they were able to do so. And so we're going to have to find a way to get off the field. I know coming out of in the second half, I don't expect the Grizzlies to put it in the air too much, leading by 21-7. This has been a quick game, as we were talking about during the break, and I think they're going to want to make it even as shorter as possible so they can get out of here. But we're going to have to stop them. We're going to have to find a way to stop them on the ground and get off the field.
Yeah, young man Jordan Dilworth, the receiver, we saw him carry the ball, make a big catch. Just had a big first half for Northside. And you look offensively for Southside, the big thing, give credit to Northside. The thing I've noticed about this Northside defense, Coach said this, they don't give up the big play. We haven't seen a lot of big plays for Southside tonight. But what I've noticed about their defense is they tackle well.
They do. They tackle very well. You know, that one play, or a couple plays that Tyrese did make a catch, you know, we're used to seeing him make a guy miss and then streak down the field, and it seems like the Grizzly defensive philosophy is keep everything in front of you and then make a tackle, and they are sure tacklers. We hadn't seen Gatewood really been able to break anything and get away, and he's so elusive. Hadn't seen Ulrich really been able to break away. He made one guy miss, I saw right before the half in the open field, but other than that, you know, the Grizzlies have been sure tacklers.
Again, with the half, Southside trails 21-7. We'll be back with tonight's scoring summary after this. This is Southside Maverick Football and Spirit 106.3.
Tyler Wilson here for Crabtree RV in Alma. Football season is here, and whether you're tailgating with the Razorbacks or enjoying the great outdoors, Crabtree can help you experience the natural state. Our giant indoor showroom makes shopping enjoyable with hundreds to choose from. You're sure to find the right RV for any budget. Like the 2018 KZ Sportsman fifth wheel starting at $245 a month, or the 2018 Coachman Freedom Express as low as $210 a month. We're behind the Cracker Barrel in Alma, Crabtree RV, where your family's dreams come true.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Hi, this is Art Haynes from the Chiefs Radio Network here for Play It Again Sports at 2817 South Zero Street in Fort Smith. Play It Again supports the Southside Mavericks. Mention this ad and receive 20% off your purchase that day of any new or used sporting equipment. They carry baseball, football, wrestling, disc golf, and fitness equipment. Bring in your quality used gear for additional savings. That's Play It Again Sports, 2817 South Zero. Proud supporter of Southside.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 3200 South Zero Street, Fort Smith. Visit them online at trailerhonda.net.
Hey Maverick fans, this is Ethan Gamble, your local State Farm agent, and football fans know some things just go together. Quarterbacks and receivers, face paint and super fans, game days and tailgates. At my State Farm agency, we know another winning combination, home and auto. My team and I are here to help life go right when you combine your home and auto insurance, which saves you time and money. So get your home and auto on the same team and score some savings. Call me at 479-783-2588.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith. Member FDIC.
Welcome back. We're at the half. Northside leads Southside 21-7 as we look at tonight's scoring summary. Northside won the toss, took the ball to start the ball game, had a nice kickoff return by Jordan Dilworth up to the 40-yard line. They go 5 plays, 60 yards for the touchdown, and it was a 34-yard touchdown pass by Derek Wise to Jordan Dilworth. Bo, the key on the series was you had them at 4th down, 4th and 15 when they completed the pass. You know, and that's been pretty much the theme of the night has been their ability to get the big play in 2nd, 3rd, and 4th and long.
Yeah, I mean, you get them in 4th and long and think you're going to get the ball back, and you really got them out of field goal range. They're too far to kick, so you're thinking, well, we're going to get the ball here with good field position, and then they throw a little post route, and I think Dilworth, he may have been the only receiver downfield. It was 3 Mavericks kind of right around him, but none of them really wanted to take responsibility for the receiver, and give credit to Derek Wise for throwing a good ball right into the middle of the field. He found the opening, and Dilworth walks into the end zone.
Southside takes their opening possession at their own 22-yard line. They go 6 plays, 78 yards, culminating with a 1-yard touchdown run by Tay Gatewood. And, Bo, that series, we go back to the first play of the series. We throw a pass out in the flat. Could have been intercepted by Northside, run back for a touchdown, but it's a catch by Jordan Jackson. It gained 12 yards on the play, and we say, yeah, that's a big play, 12 yards, but it also saved a possible 7 points.
Yeah, it was a good play for us that they didn't score on it, and it kept the drive alive, kept us going, and we did a good job on that drive, mixing up the run and the pass. There was another short pass to Tyrese on that one, I think, for a first down, and got down to their goal line, and then we ran Gatewood into the end zone. So it looked at that point like this is really going to be a shootout. They score, another possession we score, but then hadn't been able to do anything since.
Yeah, and Gatewood did a good job on that series, too, running the football, finding the holes, and getting positive yardage. Northside takes over on their own 20-yard line. They go 7 plays, 80 yards for the touchdown. This time it ended with a 25-yard touchdown pass from Derek Wise to Darren Robinson, and that was on 2nd and 15, which seems to be the thing, Bo. 2nd, 3rd, and long, they're hitting us with the big plays.
Yeah, I mean, in 2nd and 15, it's a long ways to go, and with this, with a quarterback like Deuce Wise, you're thinking in that particular play, you're not thinking he may not pass because he's got such good feet. Maybe they'll run a play, pick up a few, and then make the first down on 3rd down. You're not necessarily expecting them to throw a long pass, but that's exactly what they were able to do, and they got behind us. And, in that particular play, we had a cornerback. The guy wasn't wide open. We had a cornerback running with the receiver. He just got beat by a step, and Derek threw a good pass over our man's head, and easy touchdown.
And Southside really defensively, if you look at it, Bo, they're doing a pretty good job of stretching the field out, making Northside, they weren't giving the outside up to that point. Now Northside gets the ball back, this time on their 30-yard line, and this play, time they go 6 plays, 70 yards, culminating with a 13-yard touchdown run by Eli Bolton. And the thing about the drive, Bo, we talked about how great Southside was doing with outside containment. On that particular series, you had 2 or 3 runs by Deuce Wise. He's able to bounce it outside, makes a really about a 37-yard run. In the play we talked about, Bo, we were talking about where he was knocked out of bounds. One play we get a penalty. Well, this time we don't knock him out of bounds. He gets an extra 15 yards.
Yeah, and the strange thing about that, it happened about the exact same spot as the penalty. It was on the near side of the field, the south side sideline, about the 35-yard line. And yeah, I agree. He's running down the sideline, and, I mean, you have a chance to make the play, and you don't do it. Now, was the kid thinking in the back of his mind, I can't hit this guy out of bounds again because you gave up such a big penalty on the first series? I don't know, but it seems like, stuff like that can happen when you call silly penalties like that, in my opinion.
And Southside gets a stop, gets the ball back right before the half, but they're unable to do anything with the ball. And, Bo, I want to go back to on the kickoff after that. Ricardo Savoy hurts his ankle. He's got the ankle out.
for Northside, a 1-yard touchdown run by Derek Deuce Wise. Northside now leads Southside 28-13, 11-12 to go here in the fourth quarter. And Bo, I think it's pretty easy to say now that Southside has got to answer. They'll put Tyree Solomon back deep along with Jalen Coleman, as I'm trying to look on the sidelines, trying to find Brendan Ulrich, and he's sitting down on the bench. And Bo, that's what makes it even double tough. You lost both your running backs.
Yeah, that's hard. That's very hard because you got, these two guys been running great all year and just been getting better and better, and now not one but both of them go out of the game. That hurts.
As Paredes will kick off. Here's the kick. It's going to come down to Tyree Solomon, who will take it at the 11-yard line. He crosses the 15. He's at the 20, at the 25. He's at the 30. He's at the 40. 45, 50, falls down at midfield.
Turf monster got him, Keith. Nobody around him. He got so fast he outran himself. Fell down right on the Maverick logo.
Yeah, that was going to be a foot race to the end zone right there, because they had one man to beat over there. It looked like the kicker was over there. And
yeah, that's, you talk about how fast Ricardo Savoy is. Well, Tyrese is lightning fast, too, and he's dangerous back there. He was almost, as you mentioned, one man to beat. He probably could have taken it to the house.
Great field position, nonetheless, for Southside. They'll start this drive on their own right at midfield, the 50-yard line. They'll have one back in the backfield. That's Tristan Johnson, and here's a snap, and Gatewood wants to throw it, throws it over the middle, and it's going to be intercepted by Stubblefield, and there was a block in the back over there on Leighton Johnson. Stubblefield intercepts the ball.
Well, he just didn't have enough air under the ball. I think he was going back to Solomon again, and it's we've seen him throw that pass many times right in the middle of the field, finding a little soft spot in the zone, and I think he was trying to go to the linebacker's head, and Stubblefield just jumped up there and grabbed it.
Northside will take over at their own 47-yard line, 1st and 10, and Bo, that not good for Southside by any means, and defense is going to have to step up here, get a stop quick. 10:56 to go here, and dadgum, Bo, it's frustrating the fact that Tyree Solomon had a chance to take that to the house, and as you said, the old turf monster got him right there, and then they throw the interception. Boy, what a tough break for Southside. Is Wise calls out signals, has Jackson King in the backfield, takes a snap. He's going to keep it off the left side. There's another hold over there, and now we've got a flag on the hold as the jersey for Cam Belcher was almost ripped off on the play.
Yeah, and despite the hold, give Heber and Ulrich a lot of credit for running Deuce Rise down, stretching it out. No gain if the play would stand.
And Southside's got a decision here. I think you take the penalty.
Yeah, I do too, because you put them back an extra 10 yards and put some pressure on them. Yeah, you give them another chance to maybe make a play, but I don't think they're going to try anything crazy. They're probably going to keep the ball on the ground in Wise's hands for the rest of the game.
And as we call the game, they decline the penalty.
But we're not. Yeah, that's why we're not down the sideline. We're up here.
Yeah, he lost a yard on the play, so they're thinking, well, they give up the 1 yard, take the down. So still got to play some defense. Again, Jackson King will be your tailback, your quarterback. And Jackson King's an interesting young man. His sister, Mackenzie King, was a all-state volleyball player for the Mavericks. See a lot of that, kids going to different schools like that. Here's going to be a handoff on an end around, and he's going to get across midfield and will be dropped in Southside territory at the 47-yard line. That is J.T. Thorne on the carry.
Yeah, just as we say, they're going to keep it in Deuce Wise's hands. They hand the ball off, so I'm batting 1,000 up here right now, Keith.
They'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for Northside. Bo, I think that's why you take the penalty, though, right there, because, now they've got a makeable 3rd down here, and we've got a whistle on the play.
Something wrong with the ball spot. Now they're coming over to talk to Coach Williams.
Not sure what that was about. Reset the 25-second clock. 10:09 on the game clock. Again, Northside leads Southside 28-13.
There was no substitutions. Nobody ran on or off the field, so.
And everybody's kind of in standstill right now.
Yeah, the players look as confused as we are.
And now it looks like the referees will go talk to Mike Fallure. I don't know what happened on the play. I don't think there was,
still 3rd and 3 regardless.
Yeah, big play here for the Southside defense as Wise calls out signals, has Jackson King in the backfield. And Southside jumped in the neutral.
Well, that's an easy way to make a first down right there. We mentioned earlier they had not had any motion penalties or offside penalties, and boy, Northside got them at just the right time.
They'll bring the ball down to the Southside 41-yard line, be 1st and 10 for Northside. You know, Bo, one thing that really has taken away from Southside here in the ball game, not making any excuses for Southside, but when you have those running backs get hurt like they've had, they basically played the second half without a running back for the most part, and losing Savoy early really made a difference.
Yeah, I think it did. It just takes away a lot of the plays you can call, because he's the one, you know, if you're doing the little read zone play, you know, Savoy's the one you're faking it to. So if he's not there, it takes away a lot.
Wise calls out signals, takes a snap, will hand the ball off to Jackson King. King cuts it back inside. He's at the 30. He's at the 25, cuts back left. D.D. Smith will bring him down at the Southside 18-yard line. Be another 1st and 10 for the Grizzlies.
Well, you got to step up and stop them right here. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts. If they put it in the end zone right now, I think it's going to be out of reach.
Northside will just take their time, Bo. They'll let the clock run down. It's down to 18 on the play clock, 10:04 on the game clock as Wise calls out signals. Again, Jackson King, your running back, takes a snap, wants to throw the ball. It's a quick slant pass out, complete, and he's going to be hit and run out of bounds. Good defensive play over there for Southside. That is Hebron Ulrich making the play defensively. That was Darren Robinson on the catch.
Yeah, the Mavericks read that. They were all over that. As soon as he turned to throw, they just rushed upfield. I mean, they almost could have picked that thing off. They got there so quickly.
Bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for Northside. 9:54 to go here, as it will be 2nd down. I think what happened, Bo, they took the other chains out. Wasn't there chains on this sideline? Did I not see that? As it'll be 2nd down now. Here's a keeper by, and a nice read by Southside as Wise keeps the ball, but a great job by the Southside defense. And it's what you talked about all night. It's about staying home. That's exactly what Southside did that time to making the play for Southside defensively is Luke Richardson will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 11.
Yeah, you got to just kind of force them, play outside in, have your ends, you know, make sure that they don't crash down too much and let Wise pull it and get the end. And then, you know, Cam Belcher, he's your middle linebacker, and he's a sure tackler. So you just funnel them all his way and trust him to make the play in the middle of the field.
Northside's going to let the clock run down and down to 7 on the play clock.
They must be going to take a timeout right here, Keith.
Northside is going to take a timeout. With that timeout, we'll take one, too. Listen to Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Your home for Fort Smith Southside football is Spirit 106.3, KZKZ, Greenwood, Fort Smith.
First National Bank of Fort Smith has been committed to the community and their customers for a very long time. In fact, since 1872. You might say a few things have changed since then, but a couple of things at First National Bank have remained the same for the last 145 years. First National Bank is still locally owned with local decisions, so they know that their commitment continues. They're proud of the past and excited about the future. First National Bank of Fort Smith, member FDIC.
Now is the time to schedule your vehicle's annual fall checkup with W&W Automotive. From oil changes to cooling systems, brakes, hoses, and more, let Mark Wakefield and the boys at W&W Automotive get your vehicle ready for the daily routine of back-to-school driving. Drop by the corner of Towson Avenue and South O in Fort Smith, or call 242-1600. W&W Automotive, a bumper-to-bumper certified shop.
Welcome back. Deuce Wise takes the snap, rolls to his right, now goes to his left. Is going to try to run the ball. Has an open receiver down the middle of the field. And Bo, Southside was very lucky. James Clayton was running down the side of the field wide open.
Yeah, he was. And the outside linebacker on the far side of the field didn't really know what to do. He kept trying to alternate between trying to tackle Wise and trying to play defense on the receiver. And he went back and forth a couple times, and Wise looked like he was going to run, so he committed to Wise, and that left the receiver wide open, but luckily it was just a bad throw.
And now we're having a discussion. There's a flag by the back judge. He's going to call a hold. This may be a hold on the south side. If it is, it'll be.
Well, I didn't see that one. I was watching Wise run around the backfield, but you know, you got to think. I see Coach Williams throwing his hat down. He's not happy about that.
Well, this back judge has had an interesting game. I think you can say the least. Has not done a very good job back there. That's the same one that called the phantom pass interference penalty on Southside. So be third down, 3rd and 1 for Northside, as they'll have King in the backfield along with Deuce Wise. Now King will set up just to the right of Wise. Wise takes the snap. He's going to keep it this time. He's going to be hit, but has the first down inside the 5-yard line. Will fall down to the 4-yard line. It'll be 1st and goal for Northside. Bo, it's been penalties here in the second half that have really hurt Southside defensively.
Yeah, I mean, especially on this drive, the offsides penalty keeps the drive alive, and then the holding penalty, you know, gives them 5 yards, puts them in an easy 3rd and 1 situation. So that basically kept the drive alive as well. And it's just, I mean, games like this, these stuff you can't do.
Be 1st and goal at the 4-yard line for Northside. Here's a snap, a handoff to King off the left side. He's going to fight his way down maybe to about the 2-yard line. Will bring up 2nd and goal for Northside.
Hey, good job by the Maverick defense right there. The defensive line closing quickly on Mr. King, and you know, that's one play they really had some success against us with, that little stretch play off to the off-tackle play.
Be 2nd and goal for Northside. This time they'll have 2 backs in the backfield. There'll be a King along with Dilworth in the backfield.
Well, I keep my eye on Dilworth because that kid has had a great game.
Wise waits on the snap, now has a man in motion. Here's a snap. It's going to be a handoff to King off the left side. Cuts it back inside. Touchdown, Northside.
That was just too easy. We had Dilworth kind of take off on a little pass pattern, and King ran across Wise's face, and he just handed the ball off, and there was no Maverick over there to stop him.
And Bo, I'd say this game is pretty much not looking like it's going to go towards Southside, and it's really kind of been disappointing now because, you know, Northside really came to play, and Southside has struggled. But I also go back to the fact that we've had the injuries.
Yeah.
That really hurt Southside. But defensively, they've not played bad here in the second half. It's been those untimely penalties.
Yeah, penalties have hurt them, and they've not just, I mean, they seem like they're flat coming out of those 2 big wins.
And the extra point is up, and it's good. We got 7:55 to go here in the ball game. Northside leads Southside 35-13. Be back with the Northside kickoff after this. This is Southside Maverick football on Spirit 106.3.
South 28 Boutique is your source for local and authentic labels such as the complete Lauren James collection, Southern Tide, and Rustic Cuff. They offer tailgating hogwear for the entire family and menswear. Join their VIP texting to earn points for savings on the labels you love. And teachers always get 10% off the total purchase price. Download the South 28 app and save 20% off any one item with free shipping. Located at 418 North Plaza Drive, Van Buren. Call or text 719-2019.
Welcome back. That was a 2-yard touchdown run by Jackson King to increase the Northside lead to 35-13, 7:55 to go here in the ball game. And Bo, you know, it's one of those games tonight too. You look at, you had Tyrese Solomon has a really nice kickoff return. The old turf monster gets him out there at the 50-yard line. He probably takes it to the house. First play, Tate Gateway throws the interception. Northside takes advantage of it. And that's kind of been Northside's season. It's been the turnovers, mistakes really have probably kept them from having a really good year, as Tyrese will take this one at the 10-yard line. He crosses the 15. He's at the 20-yard line, gets up to the 25-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive at the 25-yard line.
Well, you see Tyrese gets up a little upset about that. I don't know, it looked like a clean tackle. I'm not sure what he was so angry about. But
well, I think it looked like maybe he's trying to show him the turf monster. I think he was kind of leaning on him just a bit. And you got a little bit of frustration going on right now for Southside. Definitely. So, and checking in the ball game, that running back for Southside will be Tristan Johnson. And well, you got to ask the question too. We hope that Brendan Ulrich will be back next week. I'm not sure after seeing Savoy he will be, as Gatewood wants to throw the ball. And here comes the pressure. He gets away from the pressure. Will tuck the ball and run. Will get up to the 28-yard line. Gains 3 on the play. Brings up 2nd down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavericks. Conway Bryant, 24-21 Conway. Good ball game there.
Yeah, and we talked about how Bryant's kind of struggled a little bit since Ren Heffley's been out, but playing tough against a Conway team that's playing really good right now.
Going to be second down, 2nd and 7 for the Mavs. 7:20 to go here. Southside trails 35-13. They're going no backs in the backfield, and a little bit of confusion here. You got Tristan Johnson in the ball game, Bo, and you kind of see, not sure where he's supposed to be, so he goes into the slot this time. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood wants to throw the ball now, rolls right, and will throw the ball down the field. That will be complete to Dylan Wyatt at the 36-yard line for the first down.
Wyatt's another guy just really hadn't been able. That's his first catch of the ball game. He hadn't been able to get going either. They just, you just got to tip your hat to the Grizzlies on defense. They've not really let us get into our offense and do anything we want to do tonight.
Well, they pressured the quarterback, and then you go back to the whole offense changed when you lose your running backs. Simple as that. That really changed it when you lost the boy. It changed what you want to do. Your formations all change. And then for Ulrich to go out of the ball game, too, really kind of was the dagger right there, I think, for the Southside offense, because basically you put everything on Gatewood. Well, you put it on Gatewood as he takes the snap here and wants to throw the ball, looks down the field, throws the ball complete. That's Tyrese Solomon, crosses the 40, gets up to the 45, goes forward, still driving, has a first down at the 47-yard line. Great job, Tyrese Solomon.
He was running tough. Looked like he was down a couple of times and just able to show incredible balance and keep his feet.
And now they move him back short of the first down.
Wow.
Okay. Guess he had a knee down.
Yeah, guess so. We couldn't see it from up here.
It'll be second down, 2nd and 1 for Southside, as Tristan Johnson will be your running back. Will be to the left of Tay Gatewood. Gatewood takes a snap, steps up in the pocket, looks down the field, throws it, going to be incomplete. Intended for Solomon, and
just, you give Northside credit, but once again, I think Solomon, it's a drop by him because he hears the footsteps coming. He knows he's about to get hit. I like the play call. I like going downfield a little bit on 2nd and 1. But
well, Southside's pretty much done tonight, down 35-13. They've made enough mistakes with drop passes, falling down, turnovers, and everything. Yeah, they made enough mistakes.
Yes, seems like in this one game.
As Gatewood will keep it this time, and we'll have a Southside first down as he gets to the 47-yard line. And sometimes you just have to say you got outplayed, and that's pretty much what's happened tonight with Northside. Especially you talk about the defense, Bo. They are quick, they make the plays, and that's what we're seeing tonight. And Southside's really had a lot of adversity on offense, trying to do what they can. Gatewood's doing everything that he possibly can, but the point I was going to make earlier is the fact that it's the pressure coming. Also, he's having to deal with that, too, as Gatewood looks to throw the ball, throws the ball over the middle, has an open Tyrese Solomon at the 35 as he's at the 30. Fights his way to about the 29-yard line where he's brought down. Now they're making the play for Northside will be Anthony Travis. Will be another Southside first down. And, Bo, the good thing about Southside, there's no quit.
No, definitely not. And you got to give credit to Tyrese Solomon. He's playing tough right now. And, that's Gatewood's safety valve. That's a guy he loves to go to. He's the number one guy, and they're still playing tough.
First and 10 Southside as Gatewood throws a quick pass complete to Mason Love inside the 25-yard line. We'll get down to the 22-yard line, brings up second down, 2nd and 2 for the Mavericks.
The problem is with all these short little dink and dunk passes, his clock keeps running and it's just ticking away. The Mavs are running out of time.
Gatewood gets a team up to the line of scrimmage. Tristan Johnson still your running back. They go trip set wide side of the field. Gatewood looks the other way now, looks to that side, rolls to his right, is going to be hit and dropped in the backfield at the 28-yard line.
Yeah, Gatewood kind of got out there, didn't really know where he wanted to go with the football. He was looking downfield trying to make a play, and good coverage by the Grizzly defense, just nowhere to go with the football, and then he kind of looked like he was going to cut it back, and then he reversed field again and just slipped and trying to do too much out there, I think.
And they'll bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 7 for the Mavs. They'll spot the ball back at the 27-yard line. Yeah, that was a coverage sack right there, no doubt. The line did a pretty good job of giving him time to throw the ball, nobody open. Gatewood takes the snap, steps up in the pocket. Now here comes the pressure, feels it again, is going to be hit and going to be dropped, and Gatewood fumbles the football. Let's see who has it. Looks like Northside may have recovered. Yeah, Northside recovered through on 28-yard line.
And I don't know, he was slung down. It looked like he might have hit the ground, and then the ball come out, but refs didn't see it that way, and the Northside coaches are having conniption fits over there, jumping up and down. I hope they don't pull something. So that will just about, I think, do it for the Mavericks, Keith.
Yeah, Northside will start this drive through on 29-yard line, and
But when it rains, it pours. The last two series for Southside have been turnovers. But I really can't, when I look at the game, you can't really blame Gatewood for that because, you're trying to get that extra yard. You lose the football sometimes. He's basically trying to do this by himself and with no running backs. As Wise takes a snap, will hand the ball off. He's going to keep it this time. Will cross the 30-yard line, gets up to the 35-yard line. Cam Belcher makes a play for the Southside defense.
Yeah, and they're just going to be running a heavy dose of Derek Wise probably the rest of this game. Mixing in some of Mr. King, too, handing it off, but don't expect them to pass a whole lot, especially not if they can get 5 or 6 yards on first down.
Again, 4:06 to go here in the ball game. Northside leads 35-13. Wise calls out signals, has Bolton in the backfield, takes a snap, hands the ball off to Bolton. Bolton goes off the left side, is going to be tackled over there by Bennett Windell. Will have enough for a first down as he gets up to the 40-yard line. And, Bo, I think it's just a matter of time, obviously a matter of time now that Northside just wants to run the clock out if they can. But the thing is, Southside defense really looks like they're a bit gassed out there.
Yeah, they are. They've been on the field a lot. And especially, you look a couple of drives this series for the Grizzlies have just been long 8-9 play drives, and you can see it all over the Mavs at this point.
Be first and 10 at the Southside 41-yard line for Northside as Wise calls out signals, has Bolton in the backfield. One receiver split either side of the field. Here's a handoff to Bolton off the left side. He's going to be swarmed under and dropped by Sam Wynn for about a 1-yard gain to the 42-yard line. Brings up second down, 2nd and 9 for the Grizzlies.
Well, that was a good play by Sam Wynn. Good open field tackle on the far side of the field. He was right over there on the sideline, but it looked like he stayed in bounds, so the clock keeps moving.
If they knock him out of bounds, it'll be a flag.
Well, exactly. It's just a personal foul.
It's kind of been the way it's been for Southside
pick
tonight.
your poison.
Be second down, 2nd and 9 for the Grizzlies. There's 3:15 on the game clock, 11 seconds on the play clock as Wise calls out signals, has set up in a strong formation. Now the fullback sets up to the right side. Here's a high snap, and Wise is going to keep it this time. Will fall forward and lose about 3 yards on the play. Making the play for the Southside defense back there is big old number 91. That's Jeremiah Van Hook. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 12 for the Grizzlies.
And that was a good play by Wise just to jump up there and snag that ball. That was another one. Could have been over his head and rolling back towards the end zone again.
Again, Southside trails here, 35-13, 2:35 on the clock. Bo, it's just going to have to regroup, and you get an all-expense-paid trip to Fayetteville next week instead of Springdale Harbor. That's where Northside will be going next week. Here's a handoff to Bolton off the left side, and he's going to be hit, be short about 2 yards of the first down. Making the play for the Southside defense is Mason Gregory.
You're right, Keith. Instead of getting a rematch against Harbor, you're playing Fayetteville. And, of course, they're both really good teams. Fayetteville's playing great. They're beating Van Buren right now. It's beating the stuffing out of them. I can't remember what the score was.
This poor Van Buren going not a win this season. It's going to be a tough year for the Pointers as they'll go 0-10 this year as Wise waits on the snap. It'll be 4th down, 4th and 2, and now we're going to have a timeout. Actually, we've got a flag on the play. It'll be the clock will run out. It'll be delay a game on Northside. We'll make it 4th down, 4th and 7 with 1:44 on the clock.
Yeah, and you talk about the Van Buren Pointers. I mean, that's, really tough move for them, the 7A West. That's just it's a brutal conference for those guys, probably the smallest school in that conference to compete in. It's tough for them.
Well, it's been a real struggle for them. You're exactly right, Bo, and it's, you feel for Greg Warner in that group because you try to think about it. You think, at some point, you think they would have enough people to really field a better team. And they've had some pretty good junior high teams over the years, so maybe they will get back here hopefully next year for the Pointers. Here's the kick. It's going inside the Southside 10-yard line. Will be downed at about the Southside 3-yard line. That's where Southside will start this drive. 1:31 to go here in the ball game. Southside trails 35-13.
Well, it's academic at this point with a minute and a half to go, but you look at how quickly this game progressed. I mean, 8 possessions in the first half, and this is going to be the ninth possession of the second half, and Southside's gotten the ball 1, 2, 3, 4. Looks like this is going to be their 5th possession, and of course this one really doesn't matter. So you basically have 4 chances.
Well, the turning point in the game was Tyree Solomon tripping at the 50-yard line with the chance to beat the kicker for a return touchdown. Then the very next play, throwing the interception as Gatewood checks in the ball game. I have Tristan Johnson in the backfield. They'll go trip set wide side of the field as Gatewood waits on the snap. Now Johnson goes in motion. Here's the snap to Gatewood. We'll throw an inside slant complete to Tyree Solomon. We'll get a first down across the 15 to the 17-yard line.
Well, yeah, you talk about the turning point in the game, but, I mean, if you look at what we did coming out of half, you know, we marched down the field and scored, but, you know, that was a 10-play, I think, scoring drive, and that ate up a lot of clock, and then back-to-back 3 and outs, already this game starts getting away from you.
Gatewood takes a snap, throws the ball down the field, going to be complete across the 30-yard line. That's Dylan White. We'll have another Southside first down. Southside goes into hurry-up mode with 1:16 on the clock. All 3 timeouts in the bank for Southside as Gatewood leads his team to the line of scrimmage. Again, Southside trails 35-13. One back in the backfield, that's Tristan Johnson as Gatewood takes a snap, rolls to his right, looks down the field. Now he's going to tuck and run and throws the ball. It's going to be incomplete. And I think Gatewood might have got away with crossing the line of scrimmage on that.
I agree. The line of scrimmage is about the 30. I think he let that one go at the 32, but no flag, and linebacker came over and broke it up, and that was...
He'd been better off just tucking that ball. I think he could have got maybe could have got the first down on that, but
that was Anthony Travis coming over again to jump up and knock it away. And that guy, I mean, he's having himself a game as well.
Be second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavs. They'll go 2 receivers split either side of the field. Johnson in the backfield as Gatewood takes a snap. Here comes the pressure. Here's the throw complete to Mason Love, and Love is going to be out of bounds, and we'll gain about 7 yards on the play. Will bring up 3rd down, 3rd and 3 for Southside.
Well, it's good to see Wyatt and Love kind of getting in on the action, and I kind of wonder where Jordan Jackson's been this game, Keith. Really hadn't seen him.
3rd down and 2. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Mavs. Here's a snap to Gatewood. Gatewood rolls to his right, can run and get the first down, and we'll have the first down as he will go out of bounds at about the 45-yard line. And, Bo, that's a situation right there. I think Gatewood, he's running, has the corner, then in his mind he wants to throw the ball, but, you know, just keep running, son.
It's like
at that point.
He's looking downfield and kind of got the ball cocked like he wants to throw it as he's running. And, at some point it's like, hey, man, just tuck it and run.
Be 1st and 10 Southside at their own 49-yard line. Again, they'll go 2 receivers either side of the field. Here's a snap to Gatewood. He steps up in the pocket, throws the ball, and he's going to be hit. As the pressure got to him that time, it'll be a one hopper in Jordan Jackson's direction. Goes incomplete. Will bring up 2nd down, 2nd and 10 for Southside.
And you know, we've talked about it all evening. It seems like you have to give a lot of credit to this Grizzly defensive line. The pressure they're putting on Gatewood, it seems like every play is just kind of affected him a little bit.
Again, we've got 51 seconds to go into the ball game. Southside trails 35-13 as they will come up with trip set to the left of Gatewood. One receiver, that's Dylan Wyatt, on the short side of the field. As Gatewood feels the pressure, gets away from the pressure, throws the ball. It's going to be complete over there to Dylan Wyatt at the 49-yard line. Doesn't get out of bounds. The clock will continue to run. The Southside, I guess, is content just to let the game end with 34 seconds on the clock.
Yeah.
Southside will hustle up to the line of scrimmage. They'll go trip set to the wide side of the field. Here's a snap to Gatewood. He steps up in the pocket, throws the ball. It's going to be complete to Jordan Jackson. He cuts it to the inside of the field. We'll get a first down at the Northside 40-yard line. 19.8 seconds on the clock.
That was a good catch by Jordan Jackson. A good run after the catch to move the chains. And go back 2 plays ago, there was more pressure put on Gatewood when he was able to elude the pressure and get it out to Dylan Wyatt, and it just kind of, shows how elusive he is in that backfield.
Gatewood takes a snap, looks to throw the ball, steps up in the pocket, throws the ball deep down the field, contended for Jordan Jackson, catches the ball, but he's about one step out of bounds at about the 13-yard line. Will come back, and ball, pretty good pass there, just a bit to the outside.
Yeah, he had him open. If he'd have thrown it just a yard inside to his inside shoulder instead of the outside shoulder, it would have been a good gainer, and he would probably, there was a safety coming over, so he probably wouldn't have got the end zone, but it would have been a nice play.
They'll bring up second down, 2nd and 10 for the Mavericks as Gatewood calls out signals. Trip set to the wide side of the field. Gatewood takes a snap, steps up in the pocket. Now he rolls up, throws the ball, is going to keep it. Will cross the 35, gets down to the 33-yard line, and Southside's going to let the clock run out. That's your ball game. Northside wins 35-13. Be back to wrap it up after this. This is Southside Maverick Football on Spirit 106.3.
Floyd Trailer Honda at 3200 South Zero Street in Fort Smith has been serving the River Valley for decades. A quality product and a commitment to customer service is what keeps people coming back. And Floyd Trailer Honda is a proud supporter of Fort Smith Southside Athletics. Stop in today and see the new Hondas arriving daily at Floyd Trailer Honda, 30